Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. All right, what's up, guys? This is ShatteredStarGames. Thanks for checking us out. Come on by our website at ShatteredStarGames.com. Also, see us on Twitter at SStarGames. Also on ShatteredStarGames.com, the website. We have all of our Twitters, our Twitch at ShatteredStarGames. And check us out. Thanks for coming by watching us today. We're going through another Project Spark walkthrough. Project Spark is the game, if you guys don't know, that it's come out, published by Microsoft Studios and Dakota, and it looks great. I mean, for a game that actually is used to create other games as a tool set to help you begin the path of game development, and just as a sandbox to do crazy things in to see if things can even be done like that. So, just in case you haven't seen it, for people who have seen Project Spark and seen the power, what it can actually do, what it can't do, and what it does. So, as you can see here, I've changed a lot of stuff on this stage. Um, it's been pretty much looking like this for quite a while, but the only thing that's different is, as you guys can see, I put like a stone, you know, gigantic stone mountain basically around it, like an impact crater, right? And there's an asteroid that hit or whatever. And this is the story, right? In the game, asteroid hits, bam, goes clean through the entire stage, and that's looking. It's just basically outcrop crater. Have here. So basically, the reason I wanted to do that to begin with is because in the beginning I want to be somewhat challenging to see the map. So when you're, this side, it's kind of hard if you look now. Those towering areas. Oh, and you're like, man, that's towering. And then when you get up and you can finally see out and see how actually large the environment is, then you get to sort of the scale of what we're working with. And then you start to see, man, this is. And here it doesn't really do it justice. You have to really get out there to see. And I guess that's why we're going to have to put some type of features here. This is what I was saying to work on today. I was trying out, and then I saw this. I think this should be one solid piece. Yeah, like I've got it. I mean, it's the fact that it's spotted in certain places. Really, if you look up, this side wasn't as bad. This side that I'm concerned about, how that just looks tacked on there. I mean, I was using too small of a brush, or that's why you come back and do these. Project Spark is all about. It's about varied stuff. You don't want it to look blocky and act on. You want it to look natural. Now that to me looks better. That actually looks semi-natural. A little bit could come off of there. Little bit could come off of there. Yeah, you touch it up with this. Yeah, that is perfect. Project Spark is great. Let me have to actually erase that. I can go around. Let's go back. I think that looks nice. Actually looks pretty good. That looks tacked on again. Once again, I said, you don't want stuff to look tacked on, man. You want to have some kind of formality, not looking tacked on. Tacked on, it just looks horrible. Or looks pretty good. This side definitely needs. A lot of times when you're developing games, and I said you will go back and forth doing projects, and at the time, writer's block. It will be like a development block. All my budding developers try not to get that, because what I do is I take a screenshot every day of what I've done. Okay? Try to do that earlier if you can. That way, what you've done, from where it was before and then after. So that way you'll get of what you've done. And with the screenshot, a big sense of what's been going over time. You can see growth there. So amazing once you see it. Out of what you've worked on in the area, working at an area, and take a screenshot of that area. Back to it. Now, you would think it'd be more greenery here, but I'm not going for that. You see how I just dotted that out all the way down? That just looks horrible to me. That looks possibly natural. I want to. Gotta be at least out to there, because when this looks spotted, you don't want it to look spotted. Thanks for everybody coming checking us out. ShatteredStarGames.com. Come check us out. If you guys are new here, you'll know that we're developing a gigantic project for our game. Now, I'm over here working on some stuff right now, doing some paint work on a valley. I'm gonna probably make 3 or 4 mesas and a mountain, as you can see here. Pretty big, I'd say. I'm making an Ark clone. So if you guys have played Ark, Ark Combat Survival Evolved, and I'm making an Ark clone. So you guys look. Our map basically is not really fully can't see it, but you can see the top of the trees. You can see the blue obelisk, which is on top of the mountain, and you can see the mesa rock that I have on there. I have to fix the raw distance so it all looks the same. That's actually an object. Okay, now as you can see, you can't really see anything. You have to actually jump up here. Get out. So, see if we can actually jump up here so I can show you guys the scope. Like that, huh? Whoop, whoop. That's my dodge system. No, I don't have that much stamina. Alright, now as you guys can see, this is a gigantic area. I was thinking of doing a swamp there, although I already have a swamp area. I was thinking of doing a swamp in this area. It seemed natural, not sure. I was thinking about making it a wetlands. Some of these areas are low and they already have like swampy grass, one biome. Um, swamp is all the way down here. I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep double the game. If I do keep double jump or have it as a power up, maybe. I haven't decided yet. I don't have fall damage. All these trees are going to get large, smaller trees here. Those trees. Those came in. Oh. That is where the cave's going to go. The cave is actually inside of there. Actual swamp was this area. That plan. That tree is going to get bigger. I want to make those trees bigger. Cypress scroll. I had originally planned on this area being a swamp. It seems so small. It seems extremely small. So I figured that I would come over here and attempt to make like a delta and a swamp. These trees also will get larger. All of this stuff is going to get larger. And I figure in this area, I have an alligator. I might have to make an alligator. This area is going to be like delta part. Midlands area, kind of delta-ish. Goes out or whatever. I got pretty much set up here. I've got the first person view. Not final, but I like it. It's pretty tight. Third person view. In and out of them. You're doing game development, you have to make sure that you go in here and game it. Like me seeing this here right now. I guess that's actually a great view right there. His head, but I can see his arm at the same time. I guess this would be the entrance to the swamp. That other area really looked better swampish. Game loop that I haven't fixed yet, but that I wanted to show you guys. This area is the area that is way out. I don't even think I can get to this area currently with my amount of stamina. I'm adding food. I know that's the title, and I'm going to add the food, I assure you, so that my character can have the stamina and won't die after he gets, doesn't have stamina. Oh, give me a second, and I will get to that. I'm just fixing some of these parts where it just looks so unnatural. I'm trying to line this area with grasses because I figure in, hey, it's water there, so it shouldn't just be sandy bottom. I mean, I figured the edge should on there. I tried to dot it up and thought it made it look good, but the brush was so small that it looked on there. So I'm just coming back with the swath. Then I'll come back on the edge again with a smaller brush, and then I'll put in the number one custom. I actually blend the two. That's what's cool about Project Spark is that you're able to blend stuff. And you can take stuff out so easily. I think that it's better tools editing. Currently, I'm working also on a project in Unreal. engine. I'm also working on a project in Lumberjack as well, Amazon's. So, just so you guys know, I am working on different platforms. I will be streaming those once I get. All right, so now I've got the food code already ready to go. Let's go and do our food as promised. I'm gonna add food here and see what we can get. Let's see. For this, I'm going to add a tree. Okay, so I'm gonna go into edit mode. I'm going to go up. Well, I already have tree there. I don't even have to go. I'm gonna go into tree here. Okay, there it is. There's the tree. I don't know why it even it's putting more on there. I just want a regular tree. Maybe that's an assembly. I just want a regular tree. So go. Let's get a tree here. Tree. I don't want a bog tree. I don't want a desert tree. I want a tree that looks fairly decent. Can I get that, please? Let's go with woodland tree young hay. Okay. We'll start with this. But we're adding. So the premise of me adding food today is the idea of okay, we're adding the food. We're going to have to consume the food. So, all right, we're going to put the food in a tree. First food item that I'm going to add is wild food. And I'm going to add this just so that I can get the code on an item or food, and we'll go back and item by item basis. So, bam. First thing first, we create the tree. All right, the tree is made. Now, let's add some food. All right, I'm going to go with apple, maybe. So let's go with apple. Let's see if we got an apple here. All right, we've got two different types of apples. We got apple A and apple B. Let's go with apple A. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add these apples, and I'm gonna glue them to the tree. Okay, I'm gonna create an assembly, and hopefully by the end of this, I'll have it coded so where when player bumps into tree, apples fall down, you can eat them. So let's try this. So the average apple tree, what would you say? Apple tree probably had what, at any given time, 20, 30 apples on it. Let's condense that down. I'd say 1/3 of that. Let's put 10 apples on each tree. So for this tree, we'll put 10. So I guess we could put the apples not that big. Start off doing them like one. And we'll do four, five. Why? All right. Some low hanging fruits. some low ones. I don't even know how many apples that is in that tree. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that one is horribly off center, but who cares right now? Just trying to get some food, right? They're gonna like, we'll get perfect. I'm going to add brains to our apples. I already have them ready to go. They've got something on here, interact heal. I already got something on here for apples, but I'm going to delete that. I'm deleting it. And I'm going to show you guys how I do it. So I'm going to go to my gallery where I've already got my stuff ready. And the one we're doing today, I think it's Apple Food Code. I think I named that. I got so many codes in here. Mount, character, melee, weapons, brain, stone, resource. That actually has an effect I want to use. Global at food. That's what it was. Global at food. Here we go. Global at food. And any of you guys that love code, you can see what I have here. I'll read the code out for you guys. Equals true. Light damage equals campaign player light damage. Medium damage equals campaign player medium damage. Heavy damage equals campaign player heavy damage. Value equals 0. Value equals 1. Level requirement equals 1. Plus condition equals. All right. As you guys can see, I know it's probably boring you to death, but just go through. There is food. Display. Out. Container. 0. I'll show you guys how that works. Okay, so actually I could actually copy this one, but there's fun in that, right? So delete that whole entire page. And I'm gonna go global. Just put in global on the tags. Why does it have to be exact? Oh, Microsoft, don't do me like this. It should be able to pick up on the first. That is so stupid. So do I have to put the letter at symbol? I mean, it won't pick up that. That means I have to go all the way down. Why, thank you. If I can just push that button. All right, that's fine. Okay, on to the next. That makes it a lot faster. Always. All right, so what I'm doing here is once I do this, okay, theoretically, once I do this once, I only have to do it that one time, right? So Give me a second. I know this is tedious watching me select local food on each one of these apples, but there is an end to this. There is an end to it. All right. We're gonna finish this part. Perfect. Next apple. Now it is when you're bumping into tree, the apples will fall. Okay, so I just want you guys to know that's what we're doing. I'm adding a food item. We will eventually do some steak or something where you probably could cook the food, but right now everybody is vegetarians. You know what I'm saying? Everybody eats fruit. But I'll put in slaughtering the animals and stuff. I hope Spark doesn't get me for that. I put in animal slaughter. I know these games can only be rated so much, right? You know, it's Project Spark. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the is that, man. Closer, don't you? Just automatically already look weird on it. I can do something like that though. Okay, let's see. I think that's all of them. Let's give it a whirl. Never takes that long to load up. You know that code's on there. Everything in my global variables. Look, see, I don't know, man. And once I do this, I'm gonna have to come up with another code to make the tree shake or something. So when you hit it, it shakes and the apples fall off. You know what I mean? And then all of them don't fall off. Only a couple of them feel that there's a night. And you should be able to hold them in your inventory. So that's a whole nother thing right there too. You got to be able to hold them in your inventory. So when I'm not eating the apples, where do the apples go? You know what I mean? So if I keep an apple on me, how long does it keep? I'm not thinking about the arc style of keeping, like where it's got a timer, like this apple goes bad in 10 minutes. Like, no. A real apple in the real world, you have to really think, you know, an apple. How long have you seen an apple on your table, you know, for days, right? Two days. Just think that some of the stuff on Arc is just expensive. I don't think my game should be a spoilage timer. Sorry, I don't think my game. Food should be food. Pick it up. It should at least last a day. You know, 24 hours at least. Right? That's just my idea. It does look a little bit off though. That looked better. I think that one's supposed to not. Okay. Now, it's definitely on that one. The mid game saves are definitely something that you know you could deal without. Because as you can see now, I'm unable to move until the save is completed. I guess that's okay, given the fact that the game could possibly crash, and then you lose everything that you've been working on for the last hour and a half. That would suck. That would really suck. So I kind of see why they did that. This stage is so massive that I imagine to load probably be somewhat a problem if you're just trying to save some op. So now, once I get all these done, then I'm going to attach them to the tree. This is the idea. When I attach them to the tree, then I'm going to do attachments and allow those attachments to fall off. I think I got all the apples. I'm just double checking. I double them up right there. I think that's all of them. All right. Now, I'm going to copy this. But before I do that, I'm going to attach apple. One, two, three, four, five, six. I originally says I wanted 10, right? 7, 8, 8, 9, and now all of the apples are hooked up to the tree now, as you can see. All right, now we got 10 apples hooked up to the tree. Now what we're going to I am going to get the code on the tree. So let's code the tree. The tree has absolutely no code on it. So now I'm going to put code. So when first line of code. Once. When sensors detect and bump. Okay. Next, when bump. When detect player and bump player. Okay, release. I need to release the attachments. So I'd have to go once, detect player, bump player, do. That's going to be do attachments, objects. Ask this object for the set of objects. Okay, attachments. Detach. Or we could do math, right? Now, what would the math be in there? When bump attachments detach. Let's see what that looks like. Let's just. I doubt that it will work, but who knows? This is a one shot. I haven't figured out how the should it be regened or what. And all trees won't have apples, obviously, because all trees aren't apple trees. So got to figure out why the camera also keeps sticking. On the first person, I can go into third person, but not. Those animals look wicked crazy, though, don't they? There's our tree in the background there. As you for anybody that doesn't have our YouTube already subscribed, going over to our YouTube at StarGames and StarGames.com. They're all of the great. All right, let's see what happens here. I'm gonna bump the tree. There's nothing. Maybe we should do that. When player hit tree. Catch. Recognizing the bump because of the global movement properties. Global movement properties, you have problems like this. So let's see here. What we can do. Maybe we can just go when player. Okay, when player. When player. Combat. Attack. Attach. And then I can move this down. So there's when player attack. Attachments detach. Or is it detached attachments? Right. But from what socket? I never put them in sockets. Now that's a catchy deal. Detached to inventory. No. I want them to be on the ground. So hit detach. I don't want them to go in the inventory. I guess the socket is where I got it. I had to put an emote on each one of those. I'm gonna change the verbiage. Try it this way. Detach attachments after player attack. Then I can do the math and figure out, should all the apples drop in or should some of the apples drop? Oh, you guys want to see my bird? Ooh, I gotta fix some parts about it though. Right, like too high up on the saddle with him. That's right. I'm getting used to, and I'm going to have to set him. Okay, now we're gonna go back over here to our tree. On the ground. Maybe the one is stopping it from doing that. Maybe the one. Let's see. Let's check it out. And if we can get that done, that would be really nice. Win detect player and win see player. That should, I mean, that should work, man. And this is nowhere final. So people, one of them fell to the ground. How does that apple fall to the ground and the other ones don't? Let's take that off there then. When player attacks, detach attachments. Attaching the attachment. So we need to do something different. So how can we get? Do we have to put them in a character studio? Sockets. Here. We do attachment. That would not technically be a socket because this is a tree. It's not a person. There's gotta be a code here. Take that code up. In player attack, detach attachments. Detach. Maybe we have to put objects, right? We select one at a time. Okay. Now we're working with some steam here. You have to tell it Apple A. I believe this will fix our problem. Fix our problem. And maybe then you can put once, right? That timing and logic. Then I can go on the bottom with Apple B, right? Let's try it again. And player attack. Do detach. Apple A. go. It's a lot of Apple A's. All right, let's see if we can get it to do that. All right, we'll try this again. Maybe this time we can get more test of this code to figure out if that attachment now has fixed it. This will be the test here. So let's see. We're gonna go back. If this works, I will be down the path. Definitely need food to explore this entire. Definitely need like required. Oh look, they all fell down. Oh my God, really? Why did they say B? Did I put it into the inventory? No way. My global is not working. Why is the global? Hey, you gotta be kidding me, man. All right, well, now we know that that's not good. They're all falling now, which is good. It's good. They're all in unison, right? I don't know. I gotta fix the code at the Apple one, man. All right, let's see. Supposed to be when X is pressed. Why is it B? Shouldn't even be B. Yeah, the effects is messed up as well. I've got to fix the effects. All right. This will be something to do. I have to fix the effects. Supposed to be X. It's there. NX duration 0.5 started to countdown timer 0.5. True. A emote equals true countdown timer. The effects chain is problematic here because it doesn't have heal. I mean, what is the problem? We'll have to figure out that effects thing. All right, that'll be our next save. I'll be back here in a second, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be right back. Xbox Select. I didn't say go back. I said Xbox Select. Xbox Select. Stop broadcast.